beautiful morning. Get interactive with us. Something I'll do with Fidiato and the Max Morning Show is still on, and it's getting really, really exciting. Now, beginning of Anape, I think for a while now, we've been talking about the economic crisis. We don't want to sit on the fence and behave as if, say, everything is well, even though everything is well. It's well by the grace of God. We're hoping that it is well, but we don't want to, sit and pretend as if, say, we are okay, sir. Now, a lot of things, prices have gone up. A lot of us are feeling the pinch, but a bunny events because we are in the festive, about the events that have been planned maybe a couple of years ago, beginning of the year, still has to go on. Yeah, we want to know, will these events still continue? How will it be affected by everything that we are going through? Will it affect locals? Will we be attending this event? And I say, how is it going to turn out? Will we be affected or not? And I say, even if we are affected, how are we going to be behaving towards these events? And none other than one and only, he's not a stranger when it comes to this show. Mr. Kofi Atta Kakra Kusi is, from the Corporate Affairs Department of Ghana Tourism Authority. And then our coming events and everything. Good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you. I love the machipa.
Yeah.
Meeting match.
That's it. It's a way of we trying to let our people understand that we can use our language a lot and then appreciate what we have in terms of our culture and heritage.
Awesome. Yeah. Now, Ghana has become like, a tourist destination.
Right.
I think, just before COVID, beyond the return. After the first one that came
was
is
Year of Return.
Yes, then please. Beyond the return. I think from there, if you look at all our vlogs, all our blogs, it's just bringing a lot of people into the country. Now, with what we are facing now in our economic crisis, heading to the same period where we have everybody looking to Ghana, do you think we're going to have the same influx of people? Will it affect tourism? Will it be positive? Will it be negative? What, from where you sit as corporate affairs or G.T.A, how are you seeing this year?
No, thank you. I'm grateful. Before I start, let me kindly and respectfully give a big greetings to our Honorable Minister for Tourism, Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Awa Mohammed, and his able deputy, Honorable Michael Mante. Also, our Chief Executive, Mr. Akwesi Ajay. My dear, if you asked this, we could say that yes and no. Yes, in the sense that in 2019, you do recall that we had the Year of Return,
yes,
which of course projected Ghana as a holiday destination. In as much as that be the case, the buy say COVID, boom, and I just say a disintegrity kakra, but we have to pick up again.
Aye.
Yes. Now we have this economic crisis, which is all over the world. But that notwithstanding, you could feel that in per our statistics, we can confidently say that most of the hotels are booked by locals and also by diasporans and people of African descent. As a matter of fact, like you mentioned, people planned. They planned
ahead.
Yes, they planned ahead. So most of them have booked the hotels. Most of them before. Most of them have also bought their tickets and all that. Yes, even before. For example, some of the events unveiled their tickets about a year ago, 6 months ago, and all that, before these economic crisis started intensively. But in as much as that be the case, we are looking forward to government to be able to ease, and then we will be able to pick up and then see the realization of fruitful deliberations during the events and activities put in place for the Beyond the Return December in GH.
Right. No, about the tourism, sorry, Alex, just before you come, about the tourism, you say, yay, events no any the chinkro for ba. Because obi ba ukromo peso who's oba activities being there no be to me any ade. But then when it comes to the locals, I believe a lot of those who have already planned ahead will be very few. So maybe we wait till the very last minute. and I say so ye hwe sika and so aduane ni mpo na akoso. Don't you think say to affect certain activities and activities no so de e ye nkrofo a number of nkrofo e ba ho na be ma obi nso be ka so oh ene me ba.
Good. I like your last point. The number of nkrofo ebeba ho and obi beka se ebeba ho. That is where because of those who have patronized and the various events and activities way ahead, you're going to have an influx of people to some of these events. So that will push most of the locals to also be immerse themselves into it. Don't forget, most of your locals, you know, they involve themselves in selling their goods. Right. We have most of our people also going in to sell their goods to the diasporans and people of African descent. Some of them being so called event, you know, being so participate in the event. In Tosha, what is going to happen is that when the frenzy of December takes shape, that's when you realize that they would all pull out and then be able to have a fruitful event and activity. Fine, we are having economic challenges and crisis, but you would realize that the diasporans and people of African, they've already started coming. They've booked their hotels ahead of time and all that. Now, what we have done is to still continue to project Ghana as a preferred tourist destination. Yes, in recent times, you call our Honorable Minister, the Deputy, my CEO, and a number of officers were in US, in UK, in South Africa to project destination Ghana out there. Irrespective of this, most of the people have made their plans, and the plans have not changed. Like I mentioned, most of the hotels are really booked. And recently we had a training program for some of our stakeholders. And though the economic crisis is there, but what is going to happen is that they are embracing themselves towards this activity.
And finding different ways around.
To be able to make sure, say, this event, the December in GH event, becomes successful. Because this December in GH, it rakes in a lot into the economy. So, in that vein, the say, use December in GH, to pull in the diasporans and people of African descent. Good. So one of our pillars, as part of Beyond the Return, invest in Ghana. So when they come, in spite of economic crisis, of course, and people, some would definitely want to invest into certain aspects of the economy. And also your economy to be able to find its feet once again. It's a number of ways that would help to be able to unleash the activities and events.
That is quite smart, though.
All right. Share a country like South Africa. I mean, tourism, one of their major revenue boosters. Like, you cannot beat that.
Right.
On a mission. What do you think they do differently from Ghana tourism that makes them make such amount of money than us?
Good. I would say that we as Ghana have projected ourselves to that extent, but of course South Africa, like we all know, is ahead of the tourism industry. No two ways about that. But what they have done, which of course the Ghana Tourism Authority, the Ministry of Tourism, is also trying as much as possible, is to have a lot of marketing and promotion. Right. What they do is to have a lot of road shows. In various countries, right? Most of their managers, Mohammed, Tekiso, they are all our people we deal with. That we deal with the South African tourism. As a matter of fact, last year, sometime in February. No, it was this year rather. This year, sometime in February, I was in South Africa for Meetings Africa, and you could see that though we were coming out of COVID, right? They embraced themselves so well, right? They were able to put certain measures in place. Of course, Ghana also has been able to do that, but you could see that theirs has a lot of marketing and promotion, right? Which of course, in recent times, the Ghana Tourism Authority and the ministry is also doing as much as possible to be able to have more of these marketing and promotions to push our tourism agenda. Don't forget, Ghana is in West Africa. Ghana is looking at becoming is the number one preferred tourist destination. Of course, we are aiming at being able to pass on and then move to the various regional blocks to be able to be on
So,
high
okay, marketing, there's a lot of money.
That's it. Good.
To get your friend is saying idea per se out there and
I am very glad that in as much as that be the case, as we are all thinking through, you see where it drifted. It has to do with funding. Yes, so we at the Ghana Tourism and the ministry is looking at successive governments to be able to look at how best we can be able to push tourism to that pedestal. Already, Osha, in recent times, what we're doing is that a lot of funds have been pushed into the various tourist sites and attractions. In as much as marketing and promotion, and there, what's also say, in doing the marketing and promotion, need the facelift of the various tourist sites and attractions and how your tourism is packaged to be able to do the marketing and promotion. If you do the marketing and promotion and they are not up to standard, then what is the essence of the market? Because when the people come, they'll do what? They'll go back.
I was about to say that make share pictures now, slides,
Good.
And then I was saying, I was thinking about exactly what you're saying. Say, you reach me market it all we can.
Yes.
But then one of the ways are, you did be increasing. Say, near all banon or the news never cause hey wako hada, hey wako hada, hey wako. But Obama say, baby son won't say na so what are some of the niyama, because yakoko some of these tour destinations and roads leading there be some of the buildings are dilapidated, and one of the things that media me concern the history of the place. I said tour guides proper tour guides and what ding where you krumuha have we beefed up and to match up your marketing yes will be amri
good about Medasepa. Oh say that is why I started with that. Now, in recent times, Osha, and there had been a lot of, how do I say, facelift to some of our tourist sites. Of course, not all of them, but the facelift is in phases.
Okay.
It's in phase, not Dodona, but it's in phases.
Okay.
Yes, Osha Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum is under construction. It's been closed down and it's under serious construction. Osha Yasantua Museum, Menchia Palace, Picoro Slave Camp. So all these Ebri Gardens, Ebri Botanical Gardens, all these tourist sites and attractions, what the government is doing is to push in money through the Ghana Tourism Development Project.
Okay.
In Joshua, more funds have been unleashed in there to be able to bring it to that international facelift. Inti say you call outside, near Casa Mombra, so once they are coming, we should be able to show them, say so that when they go back, they are able to market it and bring. In recent time, I think sometime last 3 months, we had South African tour operators, about 30 of them were here to experience our tourism. I was part of the people, the officials who were part of them to the various tourist sites and attractions. It went very the top
They
know what they are talking about.
But I'm buy, what are some of the specific areas I'm going here to sell Ghana?
Good. I'm very glad about this. Some of the places we went to was mainly the National Museum. At the National Museum, is one of the facelift projects as part of Ghana Tourist Development Project by the World Bank. Any World Bank for projects, Good. The National Museum, of course, has a very huge facelift. Ukon National Museum now, it is one of the highly patronized tourist sites and attraction. Of course, it is making waves to a number of tourists who go there. They really spend a lot of time at the National Museum. Even personally, most of them had to go there themselves. So, and then also what we did was to go to the Independence Square, the Arc. They went to the Du Bois Center, showcasing of our culture and heritage in terms of our Pan-African heritage as a people. And then Kwame Nkrumah Park was under renovation, so they couldn't enter, but they saw the building. They were able to have a lot of pictures there. They were able to have a lot of insights there from the tour guide, right? Eddie is the tour guide that, of course, he gave them a lot of insight. Ghana has a lot out there, and then also they were able to go to some of the regions like the Volta region. They went to the Lee Waterfall, Central region, Wamoko, Cape Coast Castle, Elmina Castle, and then some of the slave sites there. So into all these were things that we did to be able. And then also let me go to the point of Kasi. Kasi indicated, sir, the tour guides. Yes, the tour guides are very key to our tourism industry. I think at some point in time we brought them here to enlighten viewers on what they do and how they go about it. Only a very key to our tourism potential as a country.
So
because
information.
Information, yes. Into Osha, it is also one aspect where even last week there was a training program where we had a number of resource persons to give them training, and then also the French embassy also has we had collaboration with the French embassy to give them a lot of training in terms of tour guiding. In as much as that be the case, Kasi, let me buttress your point of the routes. The roads in itself is also one major aspect. OSHA, the ministry, and then the G.T.A is also looking at it. The Honorable Minister has engaged the Interministerial Committee. One more will be able to improve the road networks to the various tourist sites. A very major, very
collaborative effort.
Exactly.
Because if that we are lacking in Ewasa area anymore, definitely it will affect also, friends, and the destinations.
Medase, and then also it will affect our foreign exchange.
Yeah.
Only when we were how do I say, launching the Experience Ghana, Share Ghana project, what happened was that we had to have support from the Ministry of Finance and then also the Roads Ministry. As a matter of fact, the Deputy Minister for Finance was at the launch, and then the Minister for Roads himself, Kofi Atta Kakra, was also there. Why did we push them there? It was a way to be able to make sure that these key ministries are involved and ensure, say, the various sites and attractions are put into cover in terms of doling out money to be able to do that, and then also being able to fix some of the roads. Of course, some of the roads have been fixed. Some of the examples are Kakum National Park, some are Tafi Atom and Monkey Sanctuary, some are the paragliding site or Juanoma Mountain is also being fixed. So all these are in the pipeline, and more obviously will be done by government and successive governments at any point in time.
Yes, in here, abomu, no tree abomu, no. Honestly, there's abomu, I know DBI, yeah.
Look right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
so let's look at your friend saying the indigenous people being as Ghanaians.
That's true.
Are we doing our part to make sure that the tourism industry goes where it has to go? Are we really playing our part?
I believe that in recent times, due to the boost in Ghana's tourism, Ghana's tourism is out there. Into what we have done is to be able to give enough training and opportunities to our indigenous Ghanaians in terms of experiencing Ghana and sharing Ghana, and then celebrating Ghana. Right. Into the INSA, these Timemufuo na womu boa amaya tourism no. Unim tourism in itself is multi-sectorial, into ekate across various sectors of the economy. Do you get it? Into a very major, our indigenous Ghanaians, Nankasano, Wamu and Ebeboa, amaya tourism, I have it that face left. And obviously, our fellow Ghanaians are really doing a lot to be able to push, because they are doing a lot. One, most of them, what happens is that our hospitality. So that is one of our selling points.
We're playing a major part.
We are playing a major point. When Ghanaians, as a matter of fact, when the diasporans get to the community, right, there's something we call community engagement. They engage them and then infuse them into the community. That is something that Ghanaians do, which of course is bringing our tourism to that pedestal.
Where natural trait are you?
That is it, Minya. Medase. Good. That natural trait in Eboa Emma Ghana, and so at least we are able to put our tourism to that.
But the bad participation, my friend say the whole year. I'll
Yeah.
be very honest with you. Ejumenti, I think this year Makoho I said then in some few places, but like the normal Ghanaians say, "Oh, sorry, no, I find the family say this weekend yeah, Kokakum National Park, oh, Koho near the no that area, no, are we doing well?"
I was coming to that.
Okay.
And until experience Ghana, share Ghana, no buying. Since I experience Ghana, share Ghana, no buying. To be frank with you, a lot of visitations have gone on within the various tourist sites and attractions. If you look at the figures, we have about over 500,000 domestic tourism visitations. No, over 600,000, 635 or so. Yes, the figure 635,000 over. Yes, Akwenim, it moved from 3,000 and over, 3,200 and something to 635,000 and over. To in terms of domestic tourism visitors, it means that Ghanaians have taken domestic tourism, domestic tourism as one of our major selling points to be able to sell our culture and heritage. In Joshua, and on Tour Operators Union, and the Tour Guides Association, we started this campaign, which of course a lot of tour operators were picking Ghanaians all over the country to various tourist sites. What do you say? Now, what was done is that the prices were beat down. There were packages given to them, which of course helped them to be able to have that experiences and then share it out there. Once we share, social media is out there. It goes to the various countries, the various nations, and then they also experience what we have as a country, and then they come in. Into Ghanaians, domestic tourism, not to mupa, and that is one point where the ministry also realized that okay, it means that timemufo nankasa no one nankasa na aji domestic tourism na tomu. We had a lot of feedback from Ghanaians themselves in terms of our tourist sites and attractions. And untina, we decided, then the ministry and then the G.T.A should be able to look at how best we can be able to improve the various tourist sites and attractions. Because the young crowd for the air can say, Okoha no more, say, Okoha no more washroom, Okoha say, then the ministry set up and was able to secure this grant. It's a grant by the World Bank to be able to bring the facelift to the various tourist sites and attractions. Yes, in the Ghanaians, the ministry and then the G.T.A to be able to have to push this facelift to the various tourist sites and attractions, because lots of visitations went there and it helped to be able to push our tourism sector to this pedestal.
I'm still a bit concerned about our present state of mind. And when I talk about your present state of mind, meka enyama yatutum ebi tutum ebroso ahowo eba kronim ebinum otonmo ade. There are no regulations as to what prices are womade to so. Now, honestly, even though the city has depreciated, nipa oba for the next 1 month and 2 months, no so be feel pension pa because oba no sha so or to ade odu hotel na ye bobo mano odu restaurant na ye bobo mano odu ni ye bobo ma okakọ say what is going on e dey be na ekoso nti wo mo so mo ba pa even though mo na na ye be bebre ni sa anso pepe penso na be santem. My concern is the fact that obi a ye ne opa obi a the ne price etoto so. Do we have a way, and I'm talking about G.T.A. G.T.A way be a ye de ba be cushion omo and cushioning ne say ye mumu womo specific ebia transportation kamo ecosystem no ho mo was specific place on bekwa didi eno no mo ni omo akasa mo ni omo because me feel say and this year the end will inform womo mbeba next year. And it said this year anko year next year na che say ye nya a reduction into the mo adwene ho akoho no mo in terms of cushioning them a little bit, protecting them from sebio
because it's needed.
Womo omo adwene say eh abrofo ne bo ye ntutumu ye womo bo ye broni ye ntumu
Yeah, Cassandra can now. It's all
because
based on
young protect womo next year womo go say no I'm not going to Ghana again, things are expensive. G.T.A adwene ho akosa na Ministry of Tourism adwene ho akosa say ye mpe ecosystem bia no ye nkrofo a womo be ye be kushi no mo in such a way say some of these things because ye the bo wo mutimu a ye the bo wo mutimu mo kwa mo medio mo
it's all about the reports. The good reports. Because the tourism be kun anymore a good report.
No correct.
Inti ye nkoso e.
Kasi maybe I'll say or the money because that's right, so because of that, what we usually do is say we have what we call a stakeholders engagement.
Okay.
Now one of the engagement which was about a month ago.
Okay.
Yes, towards December in GH, because once most of the hotels are booked, obviously we are expecting a number. As a matter of fact, we are expecting close to about 1 million tourists into the country. Yes,
Wow.
yes, we are expecting. Yes, we are expecting. We are. Matthias, I'm just opposing it with Qatar. Matthias, yes, indeed. We are looking at bringing in that number of tourists into the country. In as much as that be the case, these stakeholders engagement, we are still going to engage our stakeholders again. The first one, we had an engagement, and some of these things came up. Right. Some of these things, of course, we had a number of stakeholders like the tour operators, the restaurants association, the hotels association, the tour guides association. So all these are being taken into careful consideration, so that we are able to know, say, okay, and yes, say, because of what is happening, these stakeholders, yes, within which time now we'll be unveiling the December in GH events and activities.
Yes.
Events and activities, dorsal,
it's also about 50, right?
About 50 plus.
50 plus.
I became 60 cra.
Wow.
A dorsal, so many events. Yes, some are even starting this November, not only in December. A number of events will be taking place. And then, as a matter of fact, we are having the National Tourism Awards, which is taking place at somewhere in Labadi.
Oh, right.
We are having
my award.
That's lovely.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, we are having the National Tourism Awards today to reward our excellence in the tourism industry. Those who have sacrificed and worked so hard for the development of our tourism industry.
Yeah, that's it. We yes, sorry, so no, advice ben out the from tour operators to one you 1 million people you mobile to one ben we duane ama wo mo pacho to yemfo.
Event organizers
but then also if you give us some highlight some of the things young Ghanaians can take advantage of. Coming December to also make
Thank you. Dear Mechanic, I would urge Ghanaians to exercise that sense of humanism in everything as a people, so that we are able to still maintain our #1 spot as preferred tourist destination in West Africa. There is a lot that we can do. Of course, we have a peaceful and peaceful country. Of course, we have our airline systems are working so well, and a number of things are working very well in the country. But of course, in this economic crisis, we need to exercise restraint. And then, young as a people, we would protect the ordinary Ghanaians and also protect our diasporans, so that they will take good message out there to their countries. So we as a people can confidently say that truly we are the center of the world. In promoting destination Ghana, we are the center of the world. Yen try na have it that discourse na say prices ebi asebe tutututu mono embwa yen share how to be able to bring good measure in everything. Yeah, as a people, let's look at how we as a people are able to look beyond the December and not beyond November.
Generational
thing. Yes, let's look at the generational thing. Now, the generations will speak well of what we as a people have come to achieve. Inti ye kind of sano so na ye damase for the support you've given to the tourism industry and all that we have enjoyed from Max TV in terms of the whole year and what you have done for us, giving us airtime to be able to trumpet what tourism is all about and what we are doing as a people. Now, ye kind of sano so na your private sector for women try as much as possible to be able to look at the pricing system and see the realistic pricing system. Your restaurants, your hotels, your cars, car rental for your tour guide for women have a very good pricing system. A bit bois your diasporans and people of African descent. Any team no osha call your markets then your omunyina and try and boy na yentimi and boost your tourism. You have that nationalistic agenda to the promotion of our own country. And only something that I could say that yes, of course, South African people have done well in being able to promote their destination. Of course, everything is not well there, but in marketing and promotion of their country, they've been very strong on that. So, in Tianona, try as much as possible. Say, Yang as a people would also emulate example. Of course, always know there are examples that you can always follow.
Okay.
So, we are thanking God for this. And as Ghana being the center of the world now, let's project that outside.
Okay. And that's very well spoken. Thank you so much.
Mr. Kofi Atta Kakra Kusi, corporate affairs, part of the corporate affairs, department of Ghana Tourism Authority. He said a lot. And there are a lot of opportunities from what he said. So in the midst of the crisis, pick up the opportunities and run with it. Very, very important.